Hey guys, how's it going? Today we're going to do something a little different. Yep, this is not a video game. I'm going to show you how to do some real simple stuff with programming, just so you can show your family, your friends. Anyone can do this, I'm telling you. Programming is not hard. You just need to learn what you need to do, I guess. Like anything. It's just English. If you can write English, you can write this. American English. No, it's... yeah. Okay. This is IntelliJ. This is a IDE, they call it. It's just a place where I can write Java code, run it, compile it, all that kind of stuff, which is all jargon you don't need to know about unless you actually want to go into programming. But it just makes it easier and looks a bit better for YouTube, I guess. You can also use things like Eclipse, you can use NetBeans, you can use Talk to Java, you can use BlueJ, whatever you want, it doesn't matter. This is just what I'm choosing to use today because it looks a bit better. As you can see here, I've just created a new file, a new project, they call it. It's just my little application, I guess. Called it YouTube because it's where it's going to go. It creates you a bunch of these folders. None of them you need to worry about except source for now. External libraries you shouldn't need to worry about for a long time. Inside of source, if we right click it, we can create a new package. Packages should never have capital letters in them. That's just a Java standard. Naming conventions are also a standard. I'm going to try to explain it the best I can. Let's assume I have a website, sir.com, and you can contact me there. What I want to do is write that backwards. com.sir. No capitals. After this, this is just so that if someone has my application and it's not working and they need help, they can go to sir.com, contact me and get some help. That's pretty much all it is for. After this, which is another sort of industry standard and something I like to do as well, is name it after whatever you're making. So this is a YouTube tutorial, I'll just name it YouTube. And then sort of a description of what is inside your package, which you will understand after you've worked with packages for a while. So I'm just going to call it main. You can call it main as well, it doesn't matter if you're following along. This will create your little package. A package is like a folder for Java code. It holds all of the files that are similar, I suppose. This we're going to call it main. This does have capitals, but it's called camel case, which means that you capitalize the first letter of each word. So if it was main class, it would be main class. If it were main turtle, it would be main turtle. Main, I don't know, New Zealand. Each new word gets a capital letter. I'm just going to call it main. And here we go. This is what you'll get given with. You'll get given. This is your package declaration, which is fancy lingo for this tells it where it's stored. This is a comment, which just tells you when it was created, by who, whatever. It's supposed to be other stuff, but it's alright. This is your actual file. Doesn't look like much, but that's it at the moment. Public is a word in Java. It's reserved. It means that it's visible to other classes. So if we were to create a second class, say like a second class, then I could see main from inside of here. I could do whatever. If it was private, then I wouldn't be able to. This is just let's delete this. Inside of main is where inside of class, this bit is where your code will run. You can have imports outside of it, you're supposed to, but your actual code that gets run is inside of these two curly braces. That's what you need to do. When you run your Java program, it will look for what's called a method. The method it will look for is something that looks like this, and this is the same in every single Java program. Well, not every single, but most of them. It will look for that. Public static void main string, which is an array, args, and then some opening brackets. Everything inside of here will be run first. It will run like this, and then when it gets to here, it'll exit your program. So inside of here, you will have to write all of the code that you want to run. Super simple. In here, you can have other stuff, but the stuff here has to be accessed from here. Inside of these two curly braces is what runs. So let's just do something super simple. We're going to print out to the screen, say hello. That's all we're going to do. Hello world program. Yeah. So we're going to tell Java, or the system, that we want to print out to the screen. We're going to print. The system, we're telling it we're going out, we're printing. So we open some brackets and open some quotations that will print whatever is inside the quotations. So hello, and then we end off the line with a semicolon. That's the same in Java for everything. Any line that executes something, or see this, it doesn't actually execute something, it's just defining something. This executes something. So hello, we're telling it to print out. End it with a semicolon. And if we run this now, it should just write hello to the screen. Actually, I can zoom in here if you can't see that too well. Here we go. It just prints hello and then carries on. Print is your basic function. It will print out whatever's inside here and then leave it exactly there. Your imaginary cursor is what we like to call it. Even though we skip a line in here, if we skipped a line in here and told it to print something else, this is line 2, even though it's skipped a line in here, your cursor is still left here. So then when it moves on to print this, it will start printing from here, which will mean you'll get this. You see, it doesn't break a line, it just says hello, this is line 2, on the same line, because your imaginary cursor ends after this. There's two ways we can get it to create a new line. We can do print line, which will print it and then create a new line afterwards. So if we did this, it would print hello, create a new line, and then print this is line 2. If we run this, you'll see hello, new line, this is line 2. Otherwise, we can do, if we turn this back to print, we can do \n, but that's a bit more advanced and you won't remember that. This will do exactly the same thing. I'm going to change it to print line because it's built in and I'm more comfortable with print line. So we've got it printing out. You know how to print out to the screen, which will be a console window if you don't have this program. In Eclipse, no, it'll still be in the program, but other programs and stuff might print it to a console window. Let's get rid of this. Let's say you want to ask a question and get an answer. Yeah, it's the fundamental of every program ever. Let's print out and ask for a name. Print a line. Please enter your name. Semicolon. Now here's where it gets a bit tricky. Let's zoom out a bit. To be able to use what we're going to need to use, we have to import something from Java. Not everything is imported straight away. You can't just use everything in Java straight away. You have to tell it what you want to use. So we're going to tell it to import a file that they make available when you download the JDK, the Java Development Kit, which you're going to need if you're going to need to do this. There'll be a download section in the description below that'll tell you what you need to download to be able to follow along with me, essentially. We're going to tell it that we want to import something from Java inside of what's called util, which is your utilities. We're going to import scanner, which is a file that Java creates. It's something the people who made Java created. It will take input and then essentially just takes input. You can use that to store it in variables or little storage boxes, and then you can print it later. So we need to create an object of scanner to be able to use, which is all fancy industry terms for we need to make a way to use it, essentially. We've got it imported now, but we can't use it until we have a way to use it. That makes no sense. We need to have some way of utilizing it. So we're going to use scanner. I'm going to create a name here, which is just input, which will be the user input. We're going to create a new scanner. In here, you need to give it an input stream, which is fancy lingo for a way of getting input, a way of receiving commands, I guess. System.in is your keyboard. So what we've done here is used scanner to create an object called input. It is a new scanner using the keyboard, system.in. This is all fancy whatever, you know. Here we're going to create a string. String is Java's variable for like a sentence or a series of characters. So if I were to type that is a string. Your name, so, is a string. C by itself, while it could be called a string, is a character. And as far as programming understands it. String name is the name of the string that I call it. String name is equal to input, which is our scanner object here. Input dot next line, which will take the next. It will allow the user to enter a line, whatever they want, and as soon as they press enter, it'll store it in the variable called name. So we don't need that. And then we can print out to the screen, print line, your name is, and then here we want to also do name. So it will print your name is, and then leave a space here. And then you do a plus, and then the variable name, which is holding whatever they input with their keyboard there. So that all looks good. If we run this, and down in here, it will say, please enter your name. And then I write sir, and then press enter. When I pressed enter, it was stored inside of name. And then when I was printed out, your name is whatever I entered, name. Your name is sir. Super simple. See, in 4 lines here, we've created a way to ask a question, take input, and then know the answer to it, which is the basics of, again, every program ever. You know, it's not rocket science. Programming is not hard. Anyone can do it. I can go on to more complicated things in the future if you'd all like to know more, but I just wanted to put this out here as something simple you can do in 15 minutes that will, you know, you can create your own software essentially in 15 minutes. It's crazy. And with this is the basics of Java. You can go into more complicated stuff. You can go into creating your own server software and your own client. You can make your own like chat software really easily. The possibilities with programming are endless. If you want to go into something like this, I encourage you. It's a lot of fun. I have a lot of fun creating things, and I'm sure you guys could too. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it off here. I think I was gonna do something a bit more advanced, but well, I don't know if if you'd like me to cover some more things, then maybe leave a comment or let me know in some other way, and I can for sure make stuff that's a bit more in depth. You know, I can cover more topics if you'd like. I can create some other sort of software if you'd like to see it. I can do whatever. Just let me know. But for now, this is Sir signing off. Hope you enjoyed it. I hope this opened your eyes to what programming is sort of like, and that it's not actually rocket science. Anyone can do this. Leave a like if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time. See ya!